Aaron forces the game 3 against Marcus. Now, for game 3, they both need this win bad. Whoever gets this win moves on to the finals. And they're both ready for it. They both want it just as bad. But let's see who can pull out the stops and get this last victory here. What a nail biter. And these two are no joke. Marcus and Aaron know what it feels like to lose in a high stakes game. They also know what it feels like to win. I've had a lot of game 3s in my day of playing Pokemon. And I've won some and I've lost some. They're regionals in Lancaster. I was just one win away. Well, I was a few wins, but you know, I've felt the pain of whiffing game conditions in a game 3, and it doesn't feel good to lose. Making it so close. Almost making a day 2. Almost winning a city championship or a league challenge or states. Getting so close, but just not being able to get it done. One of these two competitors is gonna make it to the final here, and we'll see who prevails. And time is of the essence. If they go into a game 3, I mean, if they go into time here, which they've been playing relatively fast, but if they go into time here and they waste their 3 turns, it's about whoever has the least amount of prize cards left. Both these players are going to want to play fast. They've played relatively fast here, and they do have a lot of time left. 50-minute rounds, so we'll see what's going to happen here in this Masters Division semifinals of the Pokemon City Championships. Marcus starts with 2 Yveltal EXs and a Darkrai. He opted to go first here. Taking the risk of Aaron, getting a Secret Sword Blastoise turn 1. I think it may be worth it from him. Who knows? It's a biscuit risk here. Well, let's see what'll go down. Marcus Shamans. Or he grabs a Shaman off that Ultra Ball. And we'll see who deserves this victory more here in this game 3 Pokemon City Championships. Marcus plays a trainer's mail. We'll see what's going down here. Aaron does have a few energy and I think an Archie's in his hand. So we could see a turn 1 Archie's here from Aaron. If Marcus, doesn't get set up relatively fast here. He puts down the Burbank City Gym. Hypnotoxic Laser. Tails. Another Tails from a Hypnotoxic Laser. Just can't hit the heads here. And then he Junipers the Dark Patch away. Let's see what Marcus is going to do here next. You can feel the beads of sweat just pouring down from these two competitors. Let's see what Marcus is going to do next here. No energy attachment yet. Oh, he attaches that dark energy to the eVTOL EX. And then computer searches an energy. And he's going to take his time to choose and a Lysander. I personally like getting... I play 2 Lysanders in most decks. And I personally like having one in the deck, one in the discard for VS Seekers. You know, it makes I feel like it makes it more consistent. So I don't mind, you know, getting rid of that Lysander off a computer search or an Ultra Ball, as long as there's one left in the deck. Because, you know, decks nowadays run 3 to 4 VS Seekers. Mainly 4. I usually run 3 because I like the extra Lysander. You see, past his turn, Aaron Battle Compressor is going to get that Blastoise in there in the discard early. He does have that Archie's in hand. So he's probably going to go for this 3rd game turn 1 Blastoise, which is pretty impressive. If he can get it, though. He might not be able to hit it. 2 eggs in the discard here. He plays a Keldeo Energy and Ultra Balls, the Sycamore, and the Water Energy. He's going to look for another Keldeo. There may only be 1 card left in his deck, or 2. But let's see what it is. And Aaron needs this turn 1. And then he Archies. 3rd turn 1 Archies in a row. That is huge for Aaron. Again. Let's see what goes down here now. He gets the Acro Bike. He gets those 5 cards off that Archie's and the Blastoise. It's huge for him. Now let's see what he goes for here. Trainer's Mail. Getting a shame. You can't take Pokemon off of Trainer's Mail. Don't know why I said shame in there, but he's definitely looking to see, you know, what he's gonna take off of this. You know, there's not much. I saw a Kyogre and a Shaman from that Trainer Mail. So he takes the Superior Energy Retrieval. But, you know, he doesn't have 4 waters in the discard yet. He might be trying to do that here. Ultra Balls. Maybe going for a Shaman. Probably going for a Shaman here. Yep, Shaman EX. Maybe going for another Battle Compressor. To try to get more energies in the discard. So you can have a total of 5 energy on that Keldeo. Another energy from his hand. Set up. Let's see what he grabs. So much water energy. 2 from his hand. That is huge for Aaron here. He's going to be able to knock out that Yveltal Small if he decides to. You know, he might not want to run that risk. Because if that Yveltal EX gets a DCE and a Muscle Band, you know, he'll be in trouble. Aaron just decides to pass, taking the safe route. You know, maybe he's going to try to get Marcus Guy to bring that Yveltal EX up. Try to bait him into that as Marcus attaches a Darkness Energy to that Yveltal, to that baby Yveltal there, and he might just Oblivion Wing here as Marcus asks for Aaron's discard. Let's see what happens next. And Marcus taking his time. He knows that he needs to take his time. So does Aaron, because they both want this victory bad. They both want to move on to the finals, but unfortunately, only one of them can. But this series is definitely finals worthy. You know, both these guys are top-notch competitors. Marcus attaching what looks like to be a darkness energy. And then Oblivion Wings to get that another energy on his other Yveltal EX. And that that Articuno is gone. So he brings up this Keldeo. And Battle Compressors, not sure if he had a VS Seeker in hand. Maybe trying to Battle Compressor a Lysander to Lysander up that Yveltal EX. Oh, energy. Maybe he does have a Lysander or VS Seeker in hand. I'm not sure if he has one in his discard pile, though. You know, but Aaron's still got to be careful about this. You know, he knows that there's 2 Yveltal EXs on the bench. Superior Energy Retrieval gets 4 of those energies back again. And Lysander's the Yveltal. Here we go. He may attach 2 energy on that. Yep. 3 energy there on that Keldeo and 1 to the benched one to knock out this Yveltal EX. What a play from Aaron. Getting 2 prize cards early. Now Marcus may be looking for another energy here. You know, he knows that he needs to knock out this Keldeo quickly, but he knows that there is another one on the bench. So if he attaches 1 energy, I believe he can knock out this Keldeo. Yes, he can. He can knock out the Keldeo here, but he still has to worry about the one on the bench, you know. So he's gonna have to set up another Yveltal EX as soon as possible on Marcus, because since he knows that there's another Keldeo on his bench, you know, he's got to stay cautious about that. Maybe looking for another Yveltal if he has one. He may not. Actually, I think that is his hand over there. He does have one, and he will put it on the bench here. Maybe looking for a Dark Patch. Maybe there's energy in his discard. Yes, he does play Dark Patch. He does have enough energy, and he puts it on the other Yveltal EX. Aaron may be in some trouble here. You know, I'm not sure if Aaron could pull this out unless he gets another Keldeo. And Marcus gets that X ball for the knockout. They're even prize cards. Aaron gets another Keldeo on the bench. Let's see if Aaron can do this. Double propagation. Superior energy retrieval. Aaron's going to be able to knock out this Pokemon. 4 energies again. Aaron pulling out all the stops here. All 4 on there. Marcus is in trouble. He needs another energy for that Yveltal on the bench, and he needs to hope Aaron does not have another superior energy retrieval. Muscle Band on Keldeo on the bench. Trainer's Mail. Aaron may be looking for this other, for maybe his last superior energy retrieval here, or any energy in general. Let's see what he's going to do here. This is what we call a battle here, folks. Just 2 top-notch players just battling out. Sycamore off the VS Seeker. Aaron gets a whole new hand. He does draw 2 superior energy retrieval. Marcus may need to play an end to stop this. He does not want Aaron getting these superior energy retrievals back. Battle Compressor. Just in case Marcus plays that end, if he has one. You know, Aaron needs to get these energies in the discard pile. And, you know, he needs to mill his deck a little bit, just so, you know, just in case an end does happen, he needs to get these superiors back. Just a crazy play by Aaron. Look at all those energies. Aaron, double propagation, superior energy retrieval. Again. Marcus is in deep trouble here, guys. He's going to attach those to the benched Keldeo. Holy smokes. 4 energy on that benched Keldeo. Rough seas. Aaron pulling out all the stops here. Marcus is in deep trouble. Aaron just sacred sword for the knockout here. Marcus is in deep trouble. Marcus needs to pull out all the stops here. He gets the dark patch. And it will be enough to knock out another Keldeo. But he needs to make sure Aaron doesn't get another energy. Because if Aaron gets one more energy on that Keldeo on the bench, that is game. If Marcus decides to bring up that Yveltal EX. He puts down Seismitoad. I don't think Marcus has a choice on bringing up the Yveltal. He plays N. This is going to make it a lot harder for Aaron to get another energy on that Keldeo. Aaron needs to get some top draw cheese for this. Holy smokes. 2 cards, Aaron. He didn't even look at them. I'm not sure what Aaron got. Marcus, 4 cards left. Marcus is going to be able to knock out this Keldeo to make it an even 2 prize card game. Let's see if Marcus chooses here. Looks like there may have been a judge call. So he did it. Marcus is attaching a DCE. All or nothing. Evil Ball knockout. Aaron brings up Blastoise. Floatstone on Blastoise. Shaman EX. Drawing more cards. That may... He didn't get an energy though. Aaron. Not sure. He did get a VS Seeker. So he could try to mill himself here. For Lysander Shaman, that's game, folks. Aaron Clark moves on to the finals. Congratulations, Aaron. We will see you guys in the Masters Division finals here in just a moment. Thanks for tuning in. Alright, everyone, welcome to the Masters Division Final of the Pokemon City Championships, hosted by Kerwin's Game Store, organized by John Cimento. This is Chris Cicala versus Aaron Clark. These two have worked through 6 Swiss rounds and 3 final rounds to get here. These two men have worked all day pretty much to get to this final spot, and here they are looking for the gold. Chris Cicala out early with an Ultra Ball and a Hypnotoxic Laser, looking to slow Aaron down immediately. Chris Cicala playing Seismitoad Bats. Chris attaching Muscle Band, DCE, Super Scoop Up on maybe on the Shaman there. He picks up the Shaman, puts it down to set up. And already getting a head ringer on that Keldeo EX, but it looks like it might not matter. Chris plays N. Again, these two are like some world-class competitors here. Very top-notch. Reminds me of myself, of course. The real deal legend. But back to the gameplay. You see Burbank City Gym's out. And Chris, I'm going to have to say I'm going to have to give the advantage to Aaron here, you know. Item lock sucks, but I don't think, you know, it's the worst Aaron can do as long as he can get set up brilliantly turn 1. Chris has 2 Zubats down in the field. Aaron hits heads and takes the 30 damage. Chris only having 1 Seismitoad that may be bad for him. Yeah, if Aaron can get a first turn knockout here, then that may put him at some risk. These two competitors faced each other yesterday at the Water of Elite Top Cut, and I believe the semi-final round. Or maybe the quarter-final round, I'm not entirely sure. And Aaron won that matchup. So Aaron, not sure what he's going to grab here. I mean, from that Acro Bike, but then he's going to Ultra Ball, a Blastoise, and an N. I'm going to put that in the discard. It's very hard to see Chris's prize cards there, because they're in black sleeves, but he does have 6. Aaron puts down a Jirachi on the bench, but no Stellar Guidance yet. He's going to... Oh, it looks like he did Stellar Guidance for Archie's here. And then Aaron's going to play Rough Seas. Alright, he's going to play it to heal that energy off. Kyogre, execute Archie's. Bench is full. You know, he needed to do that. But he does have no Keldeos on the bench, which is huge for Chris. You know, and this may now sway in Chris's favor because Aaron's bench is filled, and there is no there's a lot of progression here. You can't play Shaman, you can play Keldeo down on the bench. You know, it's just a slugfest for Aaron at this point. You know, his only attacker now is like Articuno and Blastoise, really, and I mean that Kyogre EX on his bench is nice, but you know it just doesn't do enough damage. I mean 50 on 2 Pokemon, it could knock out those Zubats, which is nice, but unfortunately Aaron can't back out either. And it looks like Aaron passed his turn. There's a Burbank that comes out again. And it looks like Chris may be in control for this game. Chris plays Golbat. Puts 20 on the Kyogre. And then plays Mewtwo. Chris did play in, didn't play in, I'm not entirely sure. Well, it looks like Chris just quaking punched and passed his turn. Now it's up to Aaron. You know, Aaron can't play items now. Aaron is definitely in a rough way here. Oh, but Aaron just passed his turn. He can't do much. Chris gets another Zubat and then evolves into Crobat. Put more damage on that Keldeo. Chris knows that Keldeo is really his only big hitter right now. So he's just going to target it at all costs. Aaron definitely in a rough way here. As Aaron played N. And Aaron just has to hope he draws into this energy at this point. With no energy off of that hand. Aaron just not having a great time here. And he passed his turn, I guess. Nothing he could do. Didn't take the poison though. You might want to be aware that Aaron didn't take the poison damage, I believe. But I don't think it's going to matter because the Seismitoad is going to knock out the Keldeo anyways. And then Booze, yep, Keldeo knocked out. Aaron had the head ringer there, we got it back. And then Aaron promotes the execute, you know, not really knowing what to do here. Chris is in deep control here, and Chris could get an early game 1 win. Unless Aaron can somehow mount a comeback. Aaron has that Suicune, and then plays Sycamore. That Suicune with the safeguard ability makes it so Seismitoad can't really touch Suicune. And so Aaron has a little bit more time to stall out to get energy. And you could probably see Aaron attacking with that Suicune here. If he can get the energy. But that's yet to come. You know, the only way Chris can really attack is by attaching energy to these Crobats and hitting Suicune and, you know, evolving and playing AZ and, you know, getting the stuff back. Hex Maniac, that's another way to do it. 50 damage to a safeguarder. The 1 energy down on the other Kuno. Aaron passes again. Muscle Band on Mewtwo. Colress. Chris gliding through his deck. You might want to be careful. Because Chris, I'm sure, does not want to lose from a deck out. But he does have a decent amount of cards in his deck, so he should be fine. As Chris takes 9 cards. Let's see what he draws into here. Decent amount. He's got a Golbat here. He's going to evolve into that. Put damage on the Suicune. Hypnotoxic Laser. Gets a Tails, but now Suicune's poisoned. Heads on Super Scoop Up. Gonna put down another Gonna put down that Zubat again. He's just gonna keep evolving those. You know, until he gets his way, he knocks out these Pokemon. If you're going to win with Seismitoad bats, that's the way to do it. As Aaron promotes this Articuno here. Articuno can hit for a lot, but you have to hit the heads for it. Which isn't easy. That is not easy at all. But you know, Chris can counter that with that Mewtwo on the bench. X-Ball definitely does a lot of damage here. Rough Seas. That's a way to get rid of those Crobat and Golbat damage counters. And flips a coin. It's tails there. Flips another one. Heads. I think that was the only heads. So Chris is just going to take 60 damage. Again, just couldn't get it going with that Articuno. And Chris might have to, attach more energy to that Mewtwo there if he wants to hope to not get a Keldeo on a bench. Or, Chris maybe could play a switch card if he has one or something. And, get rid of that Articuno. When you play such an intense game like this, most of the time you just let the gameplay do the words here. But that's not the case because you have the real deal on the commentating crew. Ultra Ball. Gonna discard an Enhanced Hammer and a Super Rod. And he's gonna search for a Pokemon. Or no, he failed to find. And he might just Quaking Punch. Who knows? Silent Lab is going to shut off Deluge. That is big for Chris. Shutting off Deluge, the main part of this deck, is definitely huge. Aaron just doesn't have a lot of options left here. But he knows he has a lot of time. And it isn't that bad yet. He might try to find another stadium here, or Trainer's Mail or something, and try to get back into this game. He used Sleep Poison there, and hit. Chris hit heads, so the Seismitoad is back up. I said Sleep Poison, I meant just Verdant Wind or whatever. I'm not sure what it's called. It's Golbat Crobat putting more damage on that Kyogre EX. He's looking to wear down Aaron. AZ on the Crobat. Back to square one. Chris just hitting everything here. It looks like Aaron doesn't have a lot of hope for this game. Aaron retreats, brings up Keldeo. He's going to do a nice bit of damage here. But there is a Mewtwo on the bench that Aaron might be forgetting. If Aaron ends up scooping this game, he prized 3 Superior Energy Retrieval. That was huge for Chris. So Chris takes game 1 in the Kerwin's Game Store Pokemon City Championship Finals.